Hello and welcome to this another exciting video on email sequences that we're talking about 4-step automation wire flow slash workflow for your hot audience. And I've covered cold audience, I've covered warm audience. Now hot audience, let's see what goes in hot audience. By the way, welcome to this one video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we are going to talk about 4 steps of hot audience, why flow automation, like step by step by step by step. No, I'm not going to go in depth. We have got like different videos planned in multiple phases, in phases. You're going to watch it sequentially, and that brings us to thank you so much for joining me. Welcome. How many times did I say you welcome? So cool, right? Let's see what goes in the category of hot audience. Hot audience, let's say cold audience were the people who did not know you, who did not attended your webinars. Warm audiences were the people who sat for your webinars and workshops, but they couldn't finish what they started for so many reasons, because life takes over. They were busy, they were having like kids is crying, they just want to go somewhere. So they were sitting in your webinar, they sat in your webinar for 30 to 35 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, and they just had to leave, and you have that separate set of sequences altogether. Now, hot audience on the other end, they have sat all the way till you finish your webinars, and they did not bought your courses. They did not got inside your community. They know exactly what you're taught out of, because they were present, they were participating, they sat all the way till to your they sat across all the sales, the whole sales speech that you did, and till even till the end they were there. And when you ended the meeting, they were still there, but they just did not got into your community for whatever reason. So that being said, that's like the category of the hot audience that we'll assume. And point number one is the step number one is the moment you finish the meeting, you take the list of people from the Zoom and you see who has sat all the way till the end. Say last 20 to 25 minutes, who were there till this point in time, last 20 to 25 minutes. You take all the people, because they're not even warm, they're hot. You need to be going aggressively, not annoying over here. You need to be going aggressively, not annoying, to help them take the next step, because maybe they are not financially able to make those decisions. Maybe they are dicey with your product. Maybe they not got much clarity on what the course is about, what the community is about. Maybe they were on some other different call and the timer just went off and the meeting just for so many reasons, but they sat till the end. And they, for whatever reason, did not make the decision. So now it becomes your responsibility to add so much of value, so much of value, just because they were inclined, just because they were interested in what you're saying, just because they were learning, they made sure they were there till the end of the session. Think about it, because if they were not interested in what they were saying, they would have left already. They made a point and sat till the end, because they were because you were helping them out, they were taking notes, they were participating, they were so excited with when you were there. So you need to consider that and go aggressively and help is like, okay, you did not make that decision, it's completely cool. I'm going to help you even more now, not to make you convert and get into the community, but just because you showed interest till the end, I want to help you more. I'm more interested in, and genuinely more interested in, helping you get results, even if you're not becoming a part of the community. Point number one is you put them in a Google Sheet. Again, you put them in a hot audience Google Sheet. You create them, name, email ID, phone number. You become completely different list. Like, okay, I'm going to send you a different set of sequence. Now, when you load them in this one sheet of hot audience, step number two is the moment you load them in the Google Sheet, worksheet, the step number two is immediately in Zapier it gets triggered as now they get added in the hot sequence in ConvertKit. Hot sequence is way different than warm and cold sequence, because the completely different mindset altogether comes over here into the picture. And once they get into hot sequence, now what do you add value? We've done a session on this one, we've done a video on this one, the nurturing of the what do you nurture with hot audience, the framework of it, stuff like that, it's already covered. You can go ahead and watch that and get a gist of like what actually you have to be talking to them. We are not going to go in depth, but just to put it into a nutshell over here, everything they need to know, say everything they need to know from the point they have finished watching us 3 secrets. Let's say this part was your webinar, this part is your community. everything in between goes to them. Now think about it. What are the things that you need to be, they need to be knowing even before getting inside your community? What are the things? Okay, if you're teaching people how to cook in your 3 days level, in your 3 day course, okay, and you have shared some cool secrets about cooking in secret number 1, 2, 3. Okay, what is in the between? They have to be knowing before even starting to consume. If you think about it, things will come into picture, because you just have to brainstorm with your own experience, just Google it out, learn from algorithm with your own experience, squeeze in the muscle memory, and you'll figure out there's like ocean of ideas where people should be knowing before even consuming. So everything comes into center, and that goes in your hot sequence. So step number 2 was putting them into sequence. Step number 3 is to get them into, now you load these people back again in Zoom registration. So they get to register and become a part of the next session that you're doing, because now, not because now you need to be going again more aggressively, not annoyingly, and make them a part of your next session, so that they get to learn more about you. They get to know, they get to see how consistent you are. They get to see, okay, I'm able to learn more from you. Okay, a different perspective of what we're doing and stuff like that. So this is going to help them so much more. The more they get into the more they get to attend your session, even if they're not buying, but they get to see your consistency. They get to see that you are improving over a period of time. The more you do that, the more you invite them, likely they're going to get converted to one point of view there. Step number 4 is, once they register for your webinar, again the loop cycle comes in. The moment you put them into the list, okay, you register here. Next step number 4 is they start getting the reminders. Point number 1, Google Sheet 0. Point number 2, ConvertKit hot sequence. Step number 3, Zoom registration webinars. Step number 4 is Zoom webinar reminder, so that you don't have to work like forever. And the moment they miss a session, they get added automatically to a different list, and this reminder starts again. If they miss that, the reminder starts again. If they miss that, the reminder starts again. Keep on until they get inside the community. Keep on. Now, you are going to be aggressive, yes, but you're not going to annoy them. You're going to add them value. That's what adding value is, all explained in the hot sequence. Because you're adding so much of value. If you've got case studies, you share the case studies with them. If you've got like testimonials, you share the testimonials with them. You help them become the great cook, even if they are not getting inside the community. Even if they you make them biryani from the person who doesn't even know how to boil water. If you can make them how to actually the biryani sort of ready, like that person can cook biryani. If you can get them to do that even before getting into the community, think about it. What will be the conversion rates happening? Because if you can do that for free to people, imagine the credibility you will be holding for the people who've got money to invest in. Think about it. That brings us to the conclusion of this one video. Thank you so much for making this video / podcast the topic and be a part of your day 4-step automation workflow for the hot audience. And I think you need to go and watch the video on how do you nurture. Just search in the nurture hot audience, nurture hot sequence, search in the keyword section, and you'll find that video, and you go dive down into that one and take notes. And thank you so much for making this one video a part of your day. I'm going to see you in another exciting video. The next video I'm going to record is 6-step automation for your level 1 online courses, the members of that community or that one level. Thank you so much. I'm going to see you in another video.